Hello everyone, and welcome to our Crew Leader Training Portal. My name is Harrison, I use he/him pronouns, and I'm a member of the Green Space program at Friends of Trees. Myself, along with a couple of my teammates, have helped put this training together, and I'll pass it off to them to introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, this is Meng, and I use he, him, and his pronouns.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I use she, her pronouns, and I manage our green space program.
Before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the original people of this land. I acknowledge that the land on which we as an organization sit, occupy, and work, land that we now call Multnomah County, Clackamas County, Washington County, Polk County, and Marion County, were all the traditional lands of the Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Cowlitz bands of Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malala, Yamhill, Santiam, and so many other tribes who have made their homes along the Columbia River and in the Willamette Valley. Today, people from these bands have become part of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians, as well as the Chinook and Cowlitz nations in Washington State. I take this opportunity to thank and pay our respect to the elders, both past and present, who have stewarded this land and the original caretakers of this land throughout generations. We are on this land because of the forced removal of its traditional peoples by colonists and settlers. As settlers, we recognize the strong and diverse native communities in our region today, from tribes both local and distant, and offer respect and gratitude for their stewardship of these lands, past, present, and future. We invite you to join us in acknowledging all of this as our shared responsibility to consider our roles in reconciliation, decolonization, and allyship. On behalf of the entire Friends of Trees team, I'd like to start by thanking all of you so much for taking the time to complete this training at home, and for volunteering your time to plant with us this season. Our program plants upwards of 45,000 native trees and shrubs in natural areas around our region every year, and we couldn't do it without the help of volunteers like you. This training has two components, a virtual portion and an in-person training. Our virtual component consists of 3 modules, with a review at the end. We expect it will take you about 1 hour to complete. In the first module, we'll give you a little background about Friends of Trees and our Green Space program, as well as some information on environmental justice principles and how it is the driving force behind the work that we do. In the next module, we'll give you a quick overview of habitat diversification and how it relates to ecological and watershed health. In our third module, we'll cover everything you will need to know about being a Friends of Trees crew leader. We'll walk you through what a typical event day looks like and touch on safety and how to create a positive crew experience for our volunteers. When you've completed all 3 modules, the last step of our virtual training will be to complete the training review. Please don't stress about this part. The review is simply our way of tracking who has completed the training. That being said, if we don't receive a completed review from you, you will not be on our list to be a crew leader this season. So please be sure to complete the training and submit your review by the training deadline. You must complete the virtual portion of this training prior to the scheduled in-person training date. When we meet for our in-person training, we will go over proper planting techniques, and you will have the opportunity to practice and ask questions alongside a cohort of our veteran crew leaders. We've got a lot of information to share with you, so feel free to go at your own pace. As you make your way through the training, please be sure to write down any questions that may come up as you're going along. There will be an opportunity to submit questions in the review. I also encourage you to check out the resources and support section at the bottom of this page, where you will find a downloadable PDF of our crew leader manual. It contains most of the information covered in this training, and it is a great resource reference if you're looking for clarification on the material. And with that, I'll leave you to the training. Again, thank you so much for joining the Friends of Trees crew leader team. We look forward to meeting you in person soon.
Hi everyone, Michelle here, and I will be walking us through our first module.
As Harrison shared, I'll give you a bit of a background about Friends of Trees and our Green Space program, as well as introduce you to the principle of environmental justice. Friends of Trees is an urban community forestry nonprofit. Community forestry is an evolving branch of forestry whereby the local community plays a significant role in forest management and land use decision making. And it involves a participation and collaboration of various stakeholders, including community, government, and non-governmental organizations. Friends of Trees is the only nonprofit in the region that is dedicated solely to engaging members of the community in planting, maintaining, and caring for our urban forest. Through our work, we hope to bring community members together and inspire public stewardship of our urban trees and natural areas. The organization was started 33 years ago by a community member named Richard Seidman. Richard wanted to beautify his neighborhood and connect with his neighbors through planting trees. As a result, this grassroots effort became the Portland Tree Brigade, which later evolved into Friends of Trees. 32 years and over 870,000 trees and shrubs later, that's what we're still doing today. As crew leaders, you are at the growing edge of the urban forest in our community. So what is the urban forest? Urban and community forests include all of the trees in parks, along streets, on private property, and in natural spaces. So why trees? Why does Friends of Trees put all of this effort into planting and maintaining healthy green spaces in and around urban areas? We value trees because they provide valuable environmental benefits to our communities. Services like keeping our waterways clean by slowing down stormwater and reducing runoffs from parking lots and streets during rain events. Their roots hold heavy metals near the soil surface rather than allowing them to be rinsed into our waterways. This benefits 15 different federally protected fish species found in the communities where we plant. A healthy native plant assemblage also mitigates erosion along stream banks, shades our waterways, and supports native wildlife throughout the region. Furthermore, trees filter harmful pollutants out of the air, such as the invisible particulate matter from car exhaust, making the air cleaner for us to breathe. Trees and green spaces also provide other benefits that are harder to put a price tag on. Studies have shown that trees in natural areas reduce stress, improve concentration, and lower blood pressure levels. Natural spaces provide a sense of belonging and place and can help improve mental health. And the best part about investing in the enhancement of our natural areas? The longer they grow, the more benefits they provide. That's why so many local communities are choosing to prioritize community forestry and partnering with Friends of Trees. From the edge of the Columbia Gorge to the farmlands of Washington County and up and down the Willamette Valley, our Green Space program partners with local agencies to bring community members together to plant and care for native trees and shrubs in natural areas. We work with our partners to develop a multi-year habitat enhancement plan that contractors and volunteers like yourself help us to implement. With the help of over 5,000 volunteers donating 10,000 hours of their time every season, we are able to host more than 50 public volunteer events and plant 50,000 native trees and shrubs annually across over 12 municipalities. Following the completion of this training, you will be joining the ranks of so many Green Space crew leaders who volunteer their time every year to help us lead community members in planting and tree care. To put it quite simply, Volunteers are the backbone of our organization, and we could not do what we do without the support of folks like you. So thank you for joining our community. Before we move on, we want to take a moment to talk about environmental justice because it is a principle that guides the decisions that we make in the work we do at Friends of Trees. Environmental justice explores the intersection of environmentalism and social justice and is the principle that everyone, regardless of race, class, gender, orientation, ability, religion, or age, should have access to the benefits of the environment. Our environment can be defined as where we live, work, play, and learn. Environmental justice calls attention to the deliberate ways that historically marginalized communities are unduly affected by environmental contamination, degradation, or lack of access to clean natural resources. Racist housing policies and decades of systemic injustices and disinvestment have left redlined communities with a lack of access to green spaces and their benefits, and are thus more exposed and vulnerable to the negative effects of climate change, pollution, and environmental degradation. In short, we at Friends of Trees believe that access to trees and their benefits, including the opportunity to volunteer and participate in community greening efforts, is a human right, and we are actively working to address these inequities. Our Green Space program plants native trees and shrubs along waterways, in parks, and at the interfaces of urban and natural areas. Through this work, we aim to provide cleaner water and air for both humans and wildlife, as well as help to create a safer space for individuals to recreate and enjoy the outdoors. Our team aims to prioritize equity-identified geographies and is actively looking for additional opportunities to work with individuals within these communities. As a Green Space crew leader, you are an integral piece of this important work. We appreciate you for joining our team and helping to create a safe and inclusive atmosphere for everyone at our events.